Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Bonita. I'm early retired. I live in rural Kansas and this is a frugal channel. So today I'm going to show you some of the things I picked up for my first food haul in February. Now, as you know, I am just supplementing things that I already have, picking up good deals and restocking things that I'm low on when I find a good deal. I thought you might enjoy seeing what I purchased. So I stopped by Dollar Tree first, and I was really happy to find this gluten-free spaghetti. This is the best that we have ever found anywhere. We really like it. It refrigerates well, it reheats well, and it is made out of corn flour and rice flour. And we really like this brand. We were out of this. I had one package of another type of gluten-free spaghetti left and one box of another type of gluten-free pasta left. And they had 3 of these. So I grabbed all 3 at the Dollar Tree that I was at. I also picked up another lint roller because we have 3 indoor cats, and I found out something in December that I didn't even think about before. These things freeze in your car. I used to always keep one in my car to use, and I had it, and it thawed out and worked later, but it froze and it would not stick to anything. So just a little side note there. And then I've never seen these in our local Dollar Trees here in Kansas. I've seen some other content creators find these, and I've always been so jealous, but I found some today. I found a pound of Quick Oats at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. So I picked that up. We don't have any Quick Oats right now. We do have some rolled oats left, but other than that, that's all the oats we have in the house. So I'm kind of letting you know what I have in the house so you can see why I picked up the things that I did, because I am planning on doing a low spend year when it comes to groceries. I am trying to use up a lot of the things that I have that have been around here. So unless I find a really good blowout deal, or I'm really low on something and I find a good deal, that's when I'm picking it up. So I went to Ollie's discount store. I don't know if you have one of these near you or not. I had a 15% off coupon that I could use. So I picked up some solo cups. Now, you never see me buy like throwaway stuff, hardly ever, because we just don't use it. We don't have anything like this in the house. We are out of it even in the RV. I had just a few at Christmas time that my son and my grandchildren used. They were here 11 days, and we marked their names on the cups, and they just drank water out of them. But I don't have any of these around, and we washed all the dishes at Christmas time. So I wanted to get some of these to put in the RV and also to have around the holidays because they are really handy and we don't have a dishwasher. And by using my 15% off at Ollie's, it made them about 5 cents a cup, and that's the cheapest that I've been able to price them anywhere. So I got a little bit bigger amount than I wanted, but I got a better price per cup by doing it that way, and this will last us a really long time. They had a lot of holiday things marked down at Ollie's. They had a lot of like pumpkin spice things and holiday cereals that still had good dates. I didn't buy any of those, but what I did pick up was some stovetop stuffing. They had these marked down to 99 cents, and they are good through January of next year. So they will take me through the holidays this next year. And with my 15% off, that made them 84 cents. So I got 5 boxes of that. One of our space heaters that we keep in the bathroom went out, and we had to throw it away this year. We keep one in the back bedroom when we have guests in the wintertime, so that left us short a space heater. So I used my 15% off at Ollie's. They had a heater closeout sale that was going on right now, so the supply was really limited, and I did pick up one of these small little space heaters, and that ended up costing me $13.59 with my discount. So I didn't think that was too bad. These little small heaters work great in the bathroom, also in our back bedroom. It's not a huge bedroom, and it heats it up really well if we have guests. I also picked up a can of diced fire roasted tomatoes at Ollie's at 15% off, and that made this 67 cents. And then I found some things marked down at Ollie's, and I've never seen this before. They were January dates. This is the 1st of February, and they were family size Kraft mac and cheese, 75% off. That made these 50 cents a box. Now, I don't buy boxed mac and cheese that much. I do like to keep some in the RV. It's kind of easy to cook when I'm out and about on my own. And I do have a grandchild that only likes the boxed kind. That has nothing to do with grandma's cooking, I can promise you. But they had some of these, so I picked up 4 boxes. Now, I don't know if you ever buy something like this, but I'm one of those people. I used to always cut off the sides of boxes if they had recipes on the side. And I ran across this the other day with some recipes that you can make a quick meal with boxed mac and cheese. So I'm going to share those with you as soon as we're done with this haul. And then also they had light syrup marked down 75% off. Again, it was newly expired, and I actually eat the light kind. That's the kind that I prefer. This made it 50 cents a bottle, and syrup lasts long beyond the date. We all know that, so I got a steal at getting a bottle for 50 cents. I stopped by Walmart and I picked up some mandarins. When I picked these up a few weeks ago, they were $6 for 5 pounds. Now they're up to $6.67. They were really good, even though it's winter. It was a really good batch. So I'm hoping that these will be as well, because I don't know about you, but I crave some fresh citrus during the winter time. And in fact, since I'm not in Texas wintering this year, I am really craving citrus because I was used to eating the grapefruit and the oranges right off the tree. So I did pick up a 5-pound bag of those. I stopped by Dillon's. They had a special where you could get 18 eggs for $2.49. So I got 1 package of those. And as you know, I'm not really drinking coffee, just once in a great while when I think my stomach can handle it. And they had these on sale with real cream and real milk creamer for your coffee, and they were on sale for $3.50 each, which sounds a little bit high, but we have a cat doing something in the kitchen evidently, but I bought a coupon for $1.60 off. So I got 2 of these and paid $1.90 each. I thought that was pretty good. Then I stopped by Aldi's. We only have 2 cans of mackerel in the house right now and 3 small packages of salmon. And that's all the fish that we have in the house right now. I do like to keep a little bit of fish around. We haven't had any fresh or frozen fish in a while. And Aldi had a 2-pound bag of tilapia for $8.25. And there's 8 individually wrapped pieces in here, so you can freeze them just like that and pull them out one at a time whenever you want them. So at about $1 a serving, I thought that was pretty good, and I grabbed that for the freezer. I also picked up a frozen orange juice at Aldi for $3.09, and this will go in the freezer. So that's all I picked up today. I had a grandkids basketball game that I went to, so I grouped my errands, and that's what I picked up. I thought I got some good deals to add to the pantry. Now I'm going to share with you those macaroni and cheese throw together meals. So grab a pen and paper if it's something that you might like to try. It's a fast throw together meal. It's also relatively inexpensive, and it would be something that you might already have in your pantry. Now, these recipes I'm going to share with you are actually for a regular sized mac and cheese in the box, not for a family size. But let me know if any of these sound good, if you've tried them, or if you would try them. So the first one, you add a can of tuna, a cup of frozen broccoli, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper. So it's kind of like a tuna broccoli cheesy casserole. That sounds pretty good to me. The next one calls for a cup of ham, a cup of canned peas, and 1/4 of a cup of canned mushrooms. Now, I've actually made this before with like the cans of Hormel ham. It used to be easier to find those, but I have still found some of those, and you can just flake it out of the can and add it in to the macaroni. And I really liked it that way. And I do carry some of that in the RV, but this is for ham and peas, mushrooms, and the mac and cheese. The next one calls for a cup of chicken, a cup of green pepper that's cooked, and 1/2 of a cup of your choice of salsa. So it's kind of like macaroni Mexican style. That doesn't sound too bad. And then the last one calls for a cup of ground beef, a cup of red beans that are canned or cooked, and 1/4 of a cup of taco sauce. So that one also, again, sounds kind of like a little Mexican macaroni dish. So some of those I thought sounded pretty good. This is a recipe that I cut off of like a Best Choice mac and cheese like many, many years ago with variations to use. So I ran across this the other day, and I thought this might be helpful to some people that are trying to stretch their budget. Another recipe that I didn't think about mentioning the other day is upside down shepherd's pie. Now, this is something that my son requested over the holidays, and I meant to mention it to you guys because it's super easy. It only has 5 ingredients, and it's pretty frugal if you can catch your hamburger at a decent price. I used to feed this to the kids growing up. I forgot how good it is. I bet I haven't made it in over 18 years, maybe 20 years. I don't know why I stopped making it, but it is so good. And the other day I was talking to my oldest daughter, and she actually had made it for supper that evening, and she used my recipe. That made me feel pretty good. But it's just mashed potatoes on bottom, and then in a separate pan, you put in 1 can of tomato sauce, a can of green beans, some onion, and hamburger that you have fried up. Mix that together, heat it up, and put it over your mashed potatoes. Now, it doesn't sound like much, and it doesn't sound like it would be that tasty. It is absolutely delicious. All of my grandkids loved it, and they were like, "We've never had this before. This is so good." And I'm like, this was literally 5 ingredients. I had tomato sauce in my cabinet that I needed to use up, so I was happy to have a recipe that called for that. Again, I had green beans in there that needed used up. I had frozen hamburger. I had onion. I had everything I needed to make that at their request. And it was gone in 1 meal, and it was so good. And my daughter-in-law, she's actually from Romania, and she had never had it before, and she was super impressed and said, "Oh my gosh, what is this?" So some of those frugal recipes can absolutely be family favorites. We don't need to feel bad about cutting some corners or using less ingredients to make a meal, because sometimes the easiest stuff and the simplest stuff is the stuff they ask for, even when they are grown. So I hope you've enjoyed this little shopping haul and a few of these recipes that I've shared today. Give me your comments in the section below. Let me know if you have some simple, frugal meals that you love, or some stuff that you have thrown together on a whim and they've turned out to be family favorites. Thanks for watching today, and I hope that you will join me in the next video.